Hey y'all, so it's been a few days since I uploaded the video of me coming into getting the keys to my classroom, and last time I showed y'all that I had placed everything, like all the furniture, in the middle of the room, and that way I could have the perimeter to walk around the walls. I can show you that so here's more stuff from storage. So far I have one more trip, and that will be the last of just getting things from storage in here. So again, I have all my furniture and things that I've had like delivered from like Target and Michael's and things like that. They're all in the middle. I did go ahead and put some things in the cabinets, but I'm probably going to take them out so I can label them and try to fit as much as I can in these. So my biggest goal for today is to cover this back wall right here with butcher paper. So I'm actually going to use this, which is this fadeless. It's like a distressed brick. I'm going to cover that with for the wall, and then from there we'll see. I have a friend that's supposed to come over and help me put up all against that wall. And I guess since he's here, we can probably build these bookcases that I have. They're like the cube organizers. I have 5 of them that are from Target. So hopefully build those, and I mean, maybe try to clean up these walls. Like I said, I think in the first video I mentioned that I can't paint them. And really trying to clean them is not going to take a lot of that grime off. So maybe putting furniture and then putting them against the wall. This is like stuff that I've come across so far that I don't need. So I'm kind of putting it in a pile, and I'm going to find out what I need to do with this. Like if there's an area around the school where other teachers like that are coming here and putting up their classrooms, maybe can like look through them and see if they can work with them, or if they go to some recycling. But yeah, this is so far things that I don't need. I put those books that I mentioned in the last video, the books in English and those old books, I put them here. I'm going to sort through these books and see if there's anything maybe that I'd like to keep, and then other than that, put them in those other boxes and see if other teachers want them. Because again, really they're in English. I do teach in English for some of my instruction, but it's more heavily towards Spanish. So again, the goal is to cover this whole back wall with butcher paper. I have a friend who's supposed to help me and put them up, because I definitely need 2 hands. I'm doing it from floor to ceiling against that whole wall. So I also need to find my stapler. It's somewhere in all my bins. So I need to find that so I can staple the butcher paper to the wall and then assemble furniture. Alright y'all, so this, for right now, this cabinet is where I have all of the math manipulatives. So I'm thinking to make this like solely only for math. A lot of this up here was left by the teacher that left, so it's a lot of it, and it's all in plastic bags, so I have to go through and maybe put them in bins and see how I want to organize them. Some of this stuff though is mine. I started putting the day I came in, put some things away. So that's going to be what maybe I'll work on for now until I wait for my friend to come by and help me with the wall. Alright y'all, it's day 3, it's Tuesday, July 31st, and for some reason yesterday I think the camera maybe stopped recording, but look, I was able to get, now it looks pretty terrible because I need to actually trim what goes around like the chalkboard and you know the edges, but the biggest thing was like getting it up. So Mauricio, my friend, he was able to come over and help me put it up and staple in some parts, but I need to go back and trim parts of it so it can look a lot nicer. But I think this is gonna look really good, like this brick wall. I at first was gonna do like a shiplap, but I like this a whole lot better. Gives it more like I don't know, maybe it'll be more like a loft experience. Oh, I'm also doing that column right there, so give it a something right when you come into the door. Yeah, this hopefully will look nice. I think the chalkboard, it's going to be flanked by 2 bookcases, and down here there's going to be some smaller bookcases, a table, and I think the computers are going to be right here as well. Yesterday when we were putting up the paper, I noticed for some reason, so this chalkboard, I guess it has like this magnetic, I guess, kind of chalkboard like plastic over it because it's warping right here, if you can see. Oh, it's already warped, and I mean, that's like yesterday I was looking at it and I was like, well, maybe I can take it off and like fix it, but it looks like, I don't know how that must have warped. And then we were also able to build these 5. They're the 8-bin cube organizers from Threshold, which is a Target line. And I got them, like I mentioned in the first video, I got them in like this weathered gray. So we built them and they fit really nicely. I'm gonna have probably 3 against this chalkboard, and then these 2 I'm probably gonna have against that wall, and then they're also gonna be flanked by these bookcases. So there's 2 more of those bookcases, and that's what I'm thinking of having my library, my class library, and up there. This projector like screen, I would really like to move it over there, but I'll see if that works. I'll see if I can maybe get some of the custodians to maybe help, or maybe I can maybe move it over there, but I feel like it would look a lot better over there. So I think for today, what I'm gonna try to do is organize all of this in those cabinets and really go through all the stuff that I have, and anything that I don't think I used last year in 1st grade, really go ahead and look and see if I need it for 2nd grade. And if not, then maybe donate it to teachers here or find some way to recycle it. I'm gonna head around 10 over to Lakeshore. I do have a staple remover that's really, really good. It's like if I find it, I have one already, but the thing is that it's in somewhere in all these bins. So it's like $2. I mean, and I can always have an extra one, but I'm not gonna try to look for this right now. But Lakeshore, the one around me, opens at 10, so I'll head over there. Right now it's around 9:20, so I'll see what I can do before it opens. And then that way I can remove staples and take bubbles out and staple again. And I brought my utility knife yesterday. I didn't have one to actually trim around the edges, so make this a lot cleaner. And yeah, hopefully I can start moving furniture and that will clear up space, floor space, and I can definitely put a lot of things away. Alright y'all, so I have like these 8-drawer kind of like organizers. These are from Michaels. I got them, I think when everyone else got them, when they were having their sale, plus your teacher discount. So I have 3 of these actually, and I am probably gonna store my centers in here for math and literacy, as well as throughout the room. But this definitely, I think it's gonna be able to clear up a lot of storage. So I think this will be able to contribute a lot to storing things. And I'm probably gonna put it right there, like in this space that's between these cabinets and then those cabinets that don't move. And I'm gonna pull my small group table as close as I can to it, but I might change it because if kids need to get access to it, then that won't work. So maybe I might just put like one just for storage for me, and then the other two around the room. So I'll see. But at least I can put them right there so they can like not take up a lot of floor space right now. So I found the bag that my staple remover was from. So I don't know if you can see this, but I don't know if it's gonna catch. But it's just a stick staple remover. Lakeshore sells these. Maybe somewhere else might sell them as well, but yeah. So it just this metal piece goes in and it flicks it off, and I didn't have problems last year, and I'll be able to tack them to the wall back there without having to leave because I need to go to Lakeshore. I actually need to go to Target because one of the bins that came in, the pieces were falling apart, so I will have to leave at some point, maybe before I take my lunch over to Target and exchange that. But other than that, I can start on the wall. Alright y'all, so I got one side done. Check it out. So I was able to trim from this side, the left side of the wall, trim around this chalkboard. Got a little crazy right there in the corner, but it's fine. There's some air pockets that I'll go ahead and take out and staple away, but I think it looks really, really good. So where new pieces of butcher paper meet the other, like right there, I don't know if you can really see it. I feel from far away you can't. And yeah, I'll be fine. So I'll kind of scoot back. The ladder's in the way, but yeah, I think that's gonna look really, really good. So now I just need to continue and trim up here on the sides and then staple everything down, and that'll be done. And then after that, I'll do that column. And that phone, I don't know if you can see, that phone, I tried taking it off yesterday, but it won't come off, so I'll just have to work around it. But yeah, I think it's gonna look super amazing. That chalkboard, I don't know if I mentioned, but both of these chalkboards I'm probably gonna have, that's where I'm gonna have my anchor chart. So like for literacy, for reading, writing, math, science, social studies, vocabulary, my word wall, I am thinking probably on these cabinets, but I'm not really sure. And my alphabet is probably gonna go above that. My number line as well. I'm probably gonna start it by the door and then have it wrap around here. Because last year in my classroom, I started like at the corner and it extended past a wall and a window, like that was kind of like there. Imagine that being an old classroom, but I'll play around with that. But yeah, once I get this done, this paper done, then I'll be able to start organizing all this. I didn't take off the wraps that are off these organizers because I may be moving them, but I think if I have one of them there, it's fine. I mean, maybe I don't know if I would have two because I don't think I would need all that storage for my like guided reading or guided math. And also I have an IKEA cart, those rolling carts that I know a lot of teachers have. So I have that, and that's probably gonna go back there as well. So yeah, I'll try to figure out stuff out, and you know, hopefully by the end of today, I can maybe move furniture around since it's assembled. If I do get this organized. If not, at least I can move furniture on this side of the wall and get things cleared. Alright y'all, so the battery died, but the wall is up. Oh man, this took quite a bit of, moving around and unstapling. but I started at the top and make sure it was flush against the chalkboard, and then I went through this side. I moved the bookcases that came with this classroom, and then I went all along. I have these like electrical outlets that I had to cut around. Yeah, so it's all set. Something though, if you're gonna do this, I would definitely recommend that you ask your administration first. So I didn't ask them, and then the school secretary came in and she thought it was great, but then she mentioned, oh, they have to check with the fire marshal because of it's flush with the ceiling. So my principal hasn't come in to see this yet. I'm hoping, of course, that if she sees it, she won't say anything, but I mean, if the fire marshal needs me to take it down a bit from, you know, the corner where it touches the ceiling, then I will. And I think it'll still look good. Even if I know when it talks about cabinets and keeping stuff above cabinets, there needs to be like a clearance of 18 inches. So if they tell me like I need to bring this down 18 inches, that'll be fine. I can think of something to at least, you know, make a clean up the top of it, but I think it would still look good because it would still be substantial enough that the whole wall has the butcher paper. So I'm gonna move 2 other bookcases in here, this space. There's supposed to be this table should be here in the middle, and that's where the computers are gonna be. So after that, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this column, which hopefully shouldn't be too bad. My big pencil. My boyfriend made that. So yeah, I think after that, then I'll definitely get to organize all this. Alright guys, so update, my principal and assistant principal actually came in the room and they saw the walls and wow, they just, they really liked them. And I definitely asked about, you know, them touching the ceiling. So they asked about touching the ceiling and they asked if I was going to put any material, like any kind of reference material way up to the top. And I told them like, no, if anything, it'd probably just come up to like about a foot above the chalkboard. So they mentioned then they'll wait till the fire marshal comes by and see, and if they don't say anything, then I can just keep it up there, and if not, then I can again trim it straight across. But yeah, I don't think anything should go like way past up here, because also like if the kids can't reference to it and I can't see it, then there's no way for me to have things way up in the ceiling. And also like I feel like it's pretty busy, so the minimum amount that I can have would be better. And also remember, this chalkboard, I'm going to use it for anchor charts, so there'll be one there, there, and there. So I moved some furniture around. There's like gaps, but I think that's good. There's going to be a bench, so that area, I feel like there, it's going to be like oh, it's raining outside. I don't know if you can see that. This area, let me show you. Look at that, it's raining out there. But this area, I think it's gonna be like a reading area, like a reading nook. So I'm gonna have, you know, those IKEA, those green shag rugs. There's gonna be this area will be filled with it. I have an IKEA, those outdoor benches that you can lift the seat. And I bought that one for seating, but also too, because you can store things in there. So definitely if it's gonna take up space, floor space, then I definitely want it also, I can fit some things in there and that will look nice. And it does, hopefully. So yeah, and then I have like, remember y'all, I talked about like the teacher here, she left this campfire, bonfire kind of looking thing. And actually I looked into some other secondary teachers' classrooms as I was walking by the hall, and I could see that they also have them up there. So I wonder if that was like a team building thing that they did, or someone donated, if someone made them for every second grade teacher, but I'll ask if someone else wants like a second one. But I feel like the one that I have, it looks fine. We'll see. So that's going to be there, this reading area. And I don't know what I'm going to put in these bookcases, because again, remember my classroom library, I wanted it at the front of the room. And on this side, there's going to be 3 of these 8-bin organizers. And on top, I might put all their book bins, or actually I might put their mailboxes. So I don't have any, like last year I had like this actual wooden, very nice mailbox organizer for my kids. So I would put like their folders in there, anything that needs to go home, graded papers, and then they would just go and collect at the end of the day. But this year I don't have like an actual one. The school didn't provide me one or didn't have one. I've seen some teachers have them, but they've either, again, the classroom came with it, they bought it, or they actually like made it. And I didn't have time to make it this summer. So what I did, I bought those ShareAlike, those like 3-drawer organizers, and I bought them at Walmart. So I need to go pick those up soon. But those might go all across that. But I'm not sure yet, because I also don't want to block a lot of this chalkboard. So if anything, there's a lot of space that I'll see where they can all go. They might even go, maybe one of these bookcases can be dedicated just for the mailboxes. So yeah, so I'm really glad. As of now, I don't have to take this or trim any of this off. I might have to wash these flags. This is Texas flag and the American flag. Oh, I asked also about the projector, this projector slide. About moving it over here, and they mentioned, yeah, they just need to see about the custodian moving it. So yeah, if y'all notice, the dry erase, the whiteboard is missing like the trim on one. So I didn't ask, but I don't think it's gonna be replaced or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna move more furniture around and then start organizing. It's around 12:15. I see some people in the parking lot leaving. I think they're going to get some lunch, but I brought my lunch today, so maybe I'll take a break. I've been working since like around 9:30, so maybe I'll take a break and then continue. Okay, so I've been trying to organize that cabinet with math manipulatives, but I have a friend that's coming tomorrow, so I moved them all over there to that bookcase, and we'll just go through them, try to see what sets we can put together that I can actually use for my classroom, and then the rest are going to go in these boxes. What's going to be done is probably an email will be sent out with photographs to all the teachers in the school, and that way I can tell them like, hey, I have all these things. If you want this, maybe come to, we'll come to my room and pick them up, and then maybe the day before I meet the teacher, then I'll just kind of recycle them or throw them away. But I decided to take a break from that because I'm missing, so I still have one more trip that I need to make to the storage unit. And I feel like there, I have a lot of bins, plastic bins still there, lids. So if you see on that top shelf of the cabinet, I wasn't able to continue just because I didn't have the lid, and I was like, well, I'll just wait. So, and I need to get this done as well, the column. So I'm gonna work on the column, and yeah, I might move these organizers, like move them to be closer to the column, and that way there's not that odd gap, because there's a gap right now between the bookcases and the organizers. And I mean, I could use that for storage, but if anything, if I move it more, then this frees up at least more of this space. This is also going to be like another reading area. It's going to be another rug, like an outdoor rug that I got from Target, like on clearance on their summer sale. So there'll be an area for kids to read here, an area for kids to read there, and then just different places throughout the room. I have a rug that's supposed to come in from IKEA, and it's going to go in this area, but obviously I'm not bringing it in yet because this all needs to go away before I need to do anything. Alright y'all, so I got the column done. This one, like around the corners, they have like this metal bar that protects it. So I had to really wrap around and really slam the stapler in there, but it's up there, so it looks fine. And I was able to get it around the phone, and from far away you can't see it, but if you get close you can see the staples, but I'm fine with that. So we have our wall, we have our column. I'm gonna move these organizers close over here. That way there's space there. And yeah, hopefully it'll look good. So I'm gonna go to eat. I haven't eaten, it's around 1:45, so I'll go to eat and continue. And I think I want to stay today maybe until like 5 or 6, so I've been here since 9. I think that's really all I've been able to do. And the column. But it's been good. I really need to organize all this. So that's gonna take a while. Alright y'all, so I finished lunch, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add these little crates, these plastic crates, to the top of these bins for now. So these last year, the kids, my students, they had their math journals and their science journals in these. So they weren't in their seats because I'm in their desks. I just didn't want to have a lot of stuff in their desk. The only thing that they had, I think I mentioned this before, they had their crayon box and like a folder, and that was it, because everything else was either in their book bins or crates away from their desk, because if not, it would be a mess. So these, they'll keep their math journals and their science journals, and they're divided by tables, table groups. So I'm gonna put them all above here for now, and then down here, I'm gonna put my STEM bins for now and see how that works out. Maybe I'll be able to use this area to store even more STEM bins. That way it's not like wasted space. And yeah, that's what I'll do right now. And again, still trying to organize these. Oh, I went to Walmart and picked up those bins. Remember, oh, those are the kind of bins that I was talking about, the mailboxes. So I'm gonna put their names once I have my roster on the outside, and like their number. And the ones that I bought, they're black. Like the frame itself, it's black. This one's white, but it's black. And those, I mean, they might be able to go in all in one of these bookcases, like right there. Or if not, they'll go over on top of 2 of those, which are gonna go right there, underneath the whiteboard. So I'll see how that works. I'm trying to see, I'm gonna have space right now where that ladder is. I'm gonna have space to maybe add a table, and that's gonna be like my message center. That's gonna be like when the kids come in, there'll be baskets there for them to turn in their daily folders. Underneath that, they can put their lunch bins or lunch boxes when they bring them. If they bring balls or anything to play with for recess, I'll put them down there as well. So yeah, so I'll think about that. Maybe down here, I actually have lab coats for my kids for science. And I need to pick up a garment rack over at IKEA. So it might be, maybe this might be the space, but I need it to be accessible. So the hangers, I'm trying to think of, I'm gonna put their lab coats on hangers, and the hangers will have numbers, and you know, the kids are gonna have their number for the whole year. So if you're number 1, you're number 1 for everything, for like your book bin, your daily folder, obviously your lab coat. So I don't know if they'll fit in here. I also don't want the kids like crowding around and knocking them over. So I might put them there, or we'll see somewhere else, maybe in that space that's over there. But we'll see what I decide. So right now I'm just gonna continue trying to fill all this and see how that works out. All right, so I put my puppetry up. These puppets, a lot of my kids, they use them like for reading buddies. They use it to read with, or I would use them for props when I'd be telling stories or certain characters when we were reading. And I picked up these from Lakeshore. These are called from Dolls from Around the World. And there's 6 of them, but I only wanted to pick up these 4. So I got this one, who it says here, Indian girl. This nice little one, it says Mexican girl. Peruvian boy. And Ghanaian girl. So these my kids will also be able to read with them, or for indoor recess as well. I started putting things here in the organizers. So for now, this side it's going to be like stem bins, morning stem bins, and I might actually have to move it over here more because I do have a lot more. And then maybe this side will be for indoor recess. So when it's indoor recess, the kids, they can, if it's like raining or for some reason we can't go outside, they would be able to, you know, either get a stem bin or they'd be able to get an indoor recess bin. So sometimes we'll also do a few minutes of golden noodle before they can start using the bins, and also like after, or like before indoor recess and after indoor recess. So I'm finding a lot of things that I have just in the bins. They're slowly coming together. But yeah, I definitely realized that I think a lot of my bins, like actual bins that I use like in the classroom, like for kids to store that are accessible, are still in storage. So I guess I must have left them because they were light and I wanted to bring a lot of the heavy stuff first. So I'll continue working on this. Alright y'all, checking in. So it is 6, a little after 6, and I'm gonna head out. Oh, remember when I said that I had a plan as far as putting like all the furniture in the middle of the room and then all the stuff that I had from storage right over there? I've been able to go through some bins, but oh, it seems like it's all just all over the place. So hopefully, well, I know I'm not the only one that does this when they're setting up a classroom or setting up a new space. It definitely looks worse now, but once everything's in its place, it's gonna look a lot better. I was able to move the 2 8-bin organizers, like the ones that I have here, moved them over there. I'm probably gonna have to put some kind of border around that whiteboard just to hide, I guess, or try to make that less of an eyesore for that piece that's missing. But the other bookcase that's right over there will go on the side right there, and yeah, that is where I plan to have my classroom library, just those 4 bookcases. So I've been able to definitely go through quite a few bins, as you can see right there, and I've just kind of been putting stuff in different places. This right now again is like stuff that I don't need, but I'm putting in boxes, and I think what we are able to do is like send an email to the whole school with some photos and kind of see if people want to pick up any of this. So I'll probably do that at the very end, maybe sometime in a little over a week once I have everything in its place. Right now here I put all the stuff that came in the classroom as far as like math manipulatives, and tomorrow, like I said, I have a friend that's going to come in and we're going to try to put them together, and if I have a lot of something, it'll just go in those boxes because I actually have a lot of manipulatives as well. So I was able to, you know, start putting some things like some of my stem bins and some of the organizers. So I'm not sure how it's looking. I feel like it's, I don't know, a little busy. Maybe it's the labels that are doing it. So I think, remember when I was in storage, I mentioned that I wanted to make some new labels. So I think I will make some new labels just to streamline it, make it all the same. And maybe not any photos, but just make the name a lot bigger because they're in 2nd grade. So I think for a lot of them, they won't need photos to know what's in there. And once they get used to it, they'll know what's inside all the bins. Oh, here's that outdoor rug. So here's that seating space, or the little nook that's going to be one of the nooks for students. So this is the outdoor rug I got on clearance at Target. This right now I've just been putting a lot of my word work and retelling things on there. I found some of my decor. I have this sorting hat from Harry Potter, and then some gifts that I've received. Here I have my puppets. I had my puppet treat made, and then there's like other like book buddies that I have there. These are those log seats. So right now I have 6 of them. So the kids are, this is not what it's going to be. It's going to be probably on the other side, but I stacked them there. And then in this bin is where I have these like log pillows. And this is that fire set that I mentioned that I had. So these are like those rocks. They're all pillows. And then these are the sticks for the fire, the logs. So this, it's called the S'more the Merrier campfire set. And it's from Crate and Kids. So like Crate and Barrel, but the kids. So I got that on sale. There's some little keyboards in there. So this right now, I'm just putting it here for right now. And I'll organize it later. So I'm actually gonna head out, hopefully tomorrow, my friend, or maybe me, we can like untangle all of this. I hope the teacher that was here didn't use it like this, because I mean, looks kind of like a pain, but we'll untangle this. I have 3 monitors, but only 2 towers, so I need to find out where the other one went. Or if I'm only supposed to have 2 computers. We'll see. But yeah, tomorrow I'll definitely be able to do a lot more. Oh, I can show you what I mean, this, for right now, it's like all of my math items that I have. So like bingo and just a lot of math stuff that I have. And I've been putting some of a lot of my science materials in one of the cabinets. I've like dedicated this cabinet for science just for now. So there's a lot more that's in the bins, but from what I've been able to find, that's what's in there. And like math, I just started putting some other stuff in as well. The easel, I found some sentence strips that I had. But yeah, I think tomorrow, with another person to help me, we'll definitely be able to organize through a lot of things. I'm thinking about maybe later tonight going to storage, or maybe early tomorrow, just to get that last bit of things. And like I mentioned, I think a lot of the bins that I need are there. So that's what I think I'll do. So that's all that I did for day 2. I'm really pleased with how the wall came out. I had quite a few people that were in the building that they kept coming in, and they were really surprised at the wall. So really happy with that, how that came out. Really happy with the column that's there, just like another piece right there. And yeah, after tomorrow, hopefully that would be great if all of this would be gone, or most of it. And maybe Thursday I can start setting up the seats and then focusing on like the more decorative things that are going to go on this wall. And then definitely thinking about how I'm going to put like anchor charts or spaces to put anchor charts against those chalkboards. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 3, and hopefully it's a lot more productive than what it was today.